Hi folks, with Tacitus Today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you would a radio broadcast. In this essay, I'd like to talk about a few articles I've seen. One was from the United Nations and also some media pieces about the lives of women in Ukraine. Now, Ukraine, as you know, is in the middle of a war at the moment, and many tens of thousands of men have died or been maimed, and millions have left the Ukraine and been distributed around the world. There's 300,000 or so in the United States, and mainly, as I understand it, women and children. Their vital infrastructure has been knocked out. A lot of places don't have power or running water or sewerage and sanitation. So it's kind of not a great place to be. And they've got a lot of problems. Primary among them, you would think, would be the many tens of thousands of men that are dying and being maimed and aren't getting adequate medical attention and so on. But what does the United Nations think? This is, all this death and destruction. I mean, that's pretty serious, is it? No. The biggest issue is that women in the Ukraine are not getting respected enough. There's not enough respect for women. More respect for women is needed. That's what the problem is in Ukraine. So the various media pieces, and talk about propaganda and ginning things up, but here's one piece that, in fact, it's about three pieces. They could have been media pieces. They could have been written by the same person. Irina's footsteps are hurried. The light, the electricity isn't working, and there's no lights in the street. She hurries home to her little baby daughter, dressed in pink, by the way. Dressed in pink, her little baby daughter. She wants to get her, but it's dark, and into every shadow lurks a man who was grasping to get hold of her and trying to get her and rape her and do terrible things to her. She hears footsteps behind her. She's in terror now. Will she ever get home to her little baby daughter dressed in pink? Oh no! And she runs there. She's running frantically. She's screaming. She's crying because of the men. Hundreds of, and there's no men to protect her because they're all fighting. Well, hold on a minute. Stop. There's no men to protect Irina because they're all away fighting the evil Putin and Russians, but somehow there are men everywhere lurking in every shadow trying to get her. You mean both are happening at the same time? Whoa. Maybe these men who are omnipresent or something, maybe they can be in two places at one time. I mean, what about that? So Irina makes it, and she gets inside the door, and she cries. Oh, she's crying, and she holds her little baby daughter dressed in pink. She holds her little baby daughter, and so she survived another day from those evil men that are everywhere trying to get her and assault her and rape her and defile her. And so, stop. What's the hysteria here? I mean, excuse me. Reports have been heard from angry lesbian academics that the rape of women may be on the increase in Ukraine, and this is consistent with Putin and Hitler and the election of Donald Trump, and more Hitler, and shot of a swastika. So we're talking about insane levels of propaganda here. Very, very feminist women everywhere in huge danger. And there's a depiction of the little woman, tiny little, diminutive little creature of a woman, massive, huge man. I mean, you don't ever see that, but they gin it up like that. So, but going through the United Nations report, you're looking at an activist NGO, a lesbian NGO, and they're pushing all sorts of propaganda that the biggest issue in Ukraine today is lack of respect for women. And you look at it and you go, I'm not reading this. What planet or world are these people living on? There's not enough police, but the police are men. The men are away fighting, but somehow men are everywhere, harassing women. And Irina, when she went to the shop last week, a man whistled at her, and oh no, it meant she was going to be right on the spot. No, would she ever make it back? And And so absolutely ridiculous, insane propaganda, the sort of things that the stories of, Little Red Riding Hood, you would tell children, don't go out to the woods at night or the wolf will get you, that type of thing. And why are they doing this? Now, the interesting thing is that the leftist media outlets are giving star billing. This is a headline item. This is not buried in, the bowels of the editorial. This is getting a headline gig. And the United Nations, if you go on their website, they're making a big headline, big deal of this. And you got to wonder, what's their agenda? I mean, are these people insane? Maybe the article could be factual rather than hysterical. Maybe it could really talk about the issues such as, well, given the amount of people that are dying, the infrastructure crumbling, the corruption and this sort of stuff, and the shortage, they could go factual on this, but then that would mean they couldn't gin it up. And they want to gin it. They want to instill this idea in the minds of middle-class Western women that it's a terribly dangerous place. Little Irina runs. She hears the footsteps of the evil wolf in the forest. No, not the wolf. Evil man. There's an evil man chasing her. Little babies in pink. And the whole thing's a ginned up piece of absurdity. But it goes to illustrate just how much the entire media class is engaged purely in just propaganda delivery, and whether it's talking about Irina being chased by imaginary men in shadows, or they're talking in England about the far right, or Trump is Hitler, and it's the same sort of media style and propaganda delivery, and you can just interchange the names. Little Rosaria cries because she knows that Trump's ICE will be coming to take away, to rip her away from and that same propaganda delivery style is being used internationally, and for the same reasons and the same purposes. You've been fantastic today, your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.